Hello and welcome to Gaming Respawn Reviews. This is Derek and today we're going to take a look at Unbox. There is a saying, everything that is old is new again, and this is something that indie games have especially tapped into with greater frequency over the past few years. While most retro-style games have gone for aesthetics ranging from the Nintendo to Super Nintendo, that 8-bit, 16-bit generation of consoles, Unbox has opted for a style more reminiscent of Nintendo 64 or PlayStation and those 32 or 64-bit graphics with a 3D platformer. So as Prospect Games delivered that retro style with their first offering, let's find out. "3D platformers have always had some rather unique characters, from Crash Bandicoot to Banjo-Kazooie. The stories and characters were always interesting. Unbox is no different in that regard. The main character is a sentient, self-delivering cardboard box. Your mission is to help save GPS, the global postal service, as you are the latest model and their last hope. Along the way, you will encounter the game's baddies in the form of the wild cards. Wild cards are hell-bent on stopping GPS and appear as a gang of 50s greasers, but in box form. There is also an ever-present mystery box that helps move the story along, but I don't want to spoil anything, so we'll leave it at that. Now on to the gameplay. Unbox delivers its gameplay in the exact way you would expect a game from this era to. Each area has collectibles, rolls of golden tape scattered throughout the levels to pick up. Along with the rolls of tape, hidden throughout the levels are journal entries from the mystery box. While these are completely optional, these will help give you some insight into exactly what's going on and who or what the mystery box is. On top of those two, there are also various boxes who have become trapped in cages who you'll want to free. While these items are good for general exploring throughout each zone, there are several boxes who offer up challenges to you. The challenges are what make up a large chunk of the gameplay. They range from timed quests to retrieving items, defeating bad guys, or completing harder platform challenges to help out fellow boxes. The reward for completing a challenge is a stamp. Stamps are what move your progress along through the levels, and after collecting a certain number in a zone you can advance to the boss battle. The challenges that I have encountered thus far have been rather fun and interesting. The only downside is that if you're not really acquainted with the map and where to find those who offer the challenges, it may be a bit difficult to find them at first without really exploring the map. There certainly isn't any hand-holding going on here. While the guide of sorts for the zone will tell you who gives the challenges, I haven't had him tell me exactly where they are. So it will take a bit of knowledge to really get there, or like I said, just some general exploring. It's not entirely a bad thing, because it does help you explore the map more and find other collectibles that are out there. Along with stamps from challenges, there are some hidden stamps as well, so you can pick up extra ones without completing the challenges as well. When it comes to controls, they're relatively simple. Obviously the main action is to jump, but then you can couple that with multiple jumps by unboxing. Turns out your little sentient cardboard box doubles as a Matryoshka doll. Each time you unbox, you shed an outer box and become a bit smaller. You have a maximum of 6 unboxes at any time, and these can easily be replenished through health pickups and at checkpoints scattered about. Checkpoints do come in handy, as if you ever get lost or stuck somewhere with no unboxes left, you can just deliver yourself back there. The other great part about the unbox mechanic is that it allows you to cover vast distances and heights. Heck, I even went for a ride on the wing of an airplane. Well, that reminds me, there are also vehicles you drive around in as well in the zones. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. Pretty much everything you can ask for is in here. Now for the camera, you rotate that with the right stick, like most games. It's nice and smooth. I've yet to encounter any spots where I was completely unable to see where my character was, which I'm especially grateful for since my stomach tends to be a bit queasy about that sort of thing, and I haven't had any issues with that. Let's see, what is left with the controls? Well, we do need a way to deal with the bad guys. There are two options. The first is the always available smash button, which you'll just jump up in the air and conveniently smash down on top of them. Simple enough. And there are also some weapons scattered about in crates, fireworks. There's also like a balloon gun, which if you can imagine the movie Up, it's just a bunch of balloons that'll carry the guy away. Those are one-time use only, however. One thing to keep in note, when you do smash down, your box will bounce back up, especially if you catch an edge of the box. So just be mindful of your surroundings when you use that, because you may wind up on the other side of a cliff. Now the graphics and sound, I really think these are top-notch. Obviously era appropriate, but they look better, in my opinion. Look much better than that too. So it's just, you know, visually, it's just spot on. The music, you can hear we're playing the first island here, and we got the tropical music with the steel drums in the background and such, and it really does such a great job of setting the mood and the game. I like it a lot. The gibberish coming from the boxes, it's alright. I heard some that sound repeated, but again, it's gibberish. I don't think that really matters. Well, let's wrap it up here, folks. I'll have to admit that Unbox has generally surprised me. It so perfectly nails the style of game that they were going for, that 90s 3D platformer. It does so well that I can honestly say that if you throw it in with several other big name games from that era, and you did one of those kids react to YouTube videos, those kids would never know the difference, that this game didn't technically belong with those other group. And I say that age-wise, not quality-wise, because it certainly has the same kind of quality of those games, like a Mario 64 and such. It's greatly done. Good points are so many, and really the bad are few, and they're really minor. The only things that I can think of that, you know, could be improved a little bit are the load times are a bit long, and like I said before, the challenges could be somewhat hard to find if you're not acquainted with the maps. There is multiplayer. It is local only. I didn't really touch on that. I think that's more of a preference if you enjoy that or not. But that's okay. It does bring a little extra to it, but it doesn't take anything away either. So that's all very good. You know, many of these retro games seem to fall a bit flat. Only a few seem to really rise above. And Unbox certainly places itself among the top of those retro quality games. Overall, I give it 95 out of 100. Thank you very much, and we will see you again next time.